and welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is all about painting palm trees. I got an email not too long ago asking me, would I do a palm tree demonstration? I really don't do palm trees, but I kind of do, but I do them my way. I'm not a tree expert, but let me show you how I start them. First of all, I start off with a real nice big mess. Really wet mess on top of a warm background. It's already been dried. And then I let it drip down. Kind of looks like trees. And then after that dries, I do negative shape painting. Get rid of the parts that don't look like the tree. So I came in here with this yellow form over here and then just did some negative shape painting until I found my trees. I like doing them all different sizes. So some of them on canvas, some are on paper. Let me show you one of my warm-ups. I'll get started right now. So this is how I do my warm-ups and practicing the shapes of palm trees. Okay, here we go. I always like to paint places I would like to be while I'm in my studio. So I want a nice warm beach. So I put a nice simple tint, lots of washes, yellows and orange. And then after I do that, I practice these drips. Really wet. That kind of a thing, you know? And lots of water. Lots of water. Neatness does not count here. And if it doesn't drip down, add some water to it, like that. Oh, they're going all over the place. Hey, it's a windy day in Hawaii, so the trees are blown all over the place. Well, that's the loose beginning, okay? Let's do one on top of here. So this has already been dried, so I think I'm gonna have a sunset. But it could be a sunset or a sunrise. But basically, I just do things like this. Really wet, different colors, why not? Right? Having different shapes. Now here comes the trees. At least the tree trunks. Looks like it might be two trees here. I don't fight it. I try not to be really neat. It's a pretty simple exercise. I do a whole bunch of these different colors. I'll come in and actually put in some hot pink just because it's fun to do. Really, it makes no sense. There's no hot pink in those trees, but in my trees there are. All right, so after I do a whole bunch of these, I have a lot of fun dripping it down, I come in and start doing some negative shape painting. Here's one halfway done. So in this case, I've added blue on top of the orange. I thought it needed some coolness. Here's my white. This is I use white gesso because it's so opaque. Really good white gesso. And here's my pile of gesso. Now I'm going to put some sky color in. This time it's going to be a Holbein Compost Blue number 2. These are all Holbein acrylic paints. I like them because they're really heavy body. There's a lot of pigment in here. So the white makes the color opaque. So there you are. I'm mixing all. Do your mixing out here on the table, of course. I want to make a nice. That's the color I want. And just for fun, I'm going to add a little bit more hot opera. There you go, that opera color. Do your mixing out here, and you keep mixing it until you get the color you want. Don't just put up with it. So here we go. So this is really nice and messy. I'm going to come in here and do some negative shape painting. This is where I say, get rid of the parts that doesn't look like a palm tree. Leave a little bit of a sunset here. Here we're doing shapes. And all this is practice over and over and over. I like to have them dripping down. I do sketch palm trees when I have an opportunity to be down in Mexico when I teach in Puerto Vallarta there. I go out and sketch all those wonderful trees in Puerto Vallarta. It's actually 10 miles south of Puerto Vallarta, in a beautiful artist casa. I do workshops there. Many other artists do workshops there too. It's a fantastic place to get away. I call it a paintcation because I get to paint and practice Mexican themes. We'll put a little hut in here. It looks like a little shack. There we go. Negative shape painting. Let's open it up. The windows we're looking through. There we go. I'll just do a little bit over here. You see, and I let some of that orange peek through, like back lighting, like rim lighting. Tree trunks are very thin and very tall, so I exaggerate that stuff. You see? And I come back up in here and do the fronds. There you go. So I don't use a skinny brush. This is a 2-inch wide brush. I just use the edge to get that kind of a feeling. Anyway, that's the importance of having a good opaque paint. You get rid of the parts that don't look like palm trees. Well, that's when I'll practice doing these small ones like this. But hey, let's do a big one, shall we? I want to paint on a full sheet that's 22 by 30. This is Kilimanjaro paper. I love it, watercolor paper. I started splashing already. Couldn't help it early this morning, so I'm splashing some more. The more fun I have at the beginning, the paint just has more of a even chance of being pretty exciting. This is what I mean by just putting color everywhere. Making sure I'm having fun during the entire time. Now, some dark. Let's go into some darks in here. And I like to do that kind of a fun. There we go. More down like this. You know, these trees are so majestic and so wonderful. And I love how flexible they are, too, blowing in the wind. Oh, man. And they always tell me, or at least they project, a good time at the beach. And that's kind of important. I like to paint places I like to go, but still stay in my studio. So one of the nice things about going down into the casa in Mexico where we teach is we're in this environment right there at the beach. And yet we're safe on the top floor of the casa, painting in our studio. It's wonderful. So there's some fun stuff. Obviously, it's a large painting. I'm not going to get it all done right now. So I'm going to come in just with the white. This is the opaque part. This is where you get rid of parts that just aren't working. Get rid of this one. Now, I could have done this with orange or yellow. I'm usually doing this one with white, so it's easier for you to see contrast. You were giving it some personality here. In fact, the entire painting. You want to show the excitement that you had in doing the painting, not how difficult it was for you to do it. So that's really what I'm showing here, this kind of beginning, really loose beginning. Always start loose. You can always tighten up later on. I know if you're watching this, you don't want to tighten up. You want to have fun. So that's my version of painting palm trees. You just go for it. Keep painting until it looks good. And I stay here in my own studio, and you start off loose like this, you either end up looking like a palm tree or a chicken. What a great beginning. Hey, thanks for watching this BobBlast, and I hope you pass it on to your friends, and I can't wait to see you on the next BobBlast. Hi there, this is Bob Burridge here to tell you about a special workshop that I have coming up there in Mexico, but you get to stay in your studio. You know, Bob Mazla has that wonderful casa for the artists down there in Puerto Vallarta, actually 10 miles south of Puerto Vallarta. It's just for us. We stay in this great casa on the beach in a fishing village, and we do workshops. We paint for several days on the top floor overlooking the fishing village, right there on the beach. They feed us. We stay there, and I get to teach there. We get to listen to all the wonderful Mexican music out there as we're out there in this open air studio. Very protected, wonderful place. It's my favorite place. I've been going there for many years. Well, we can't go there this year. So what we're gonna do, Bob has put this together. I think it was a great idea that, hey, let's do it as a Zoom workshop. So I'm about to do one, but still the same Mexican flair. We're gonna be doing single subjects like Mexican coffee, pineapples, or whatever kinds of fruits we wanna do. We'll be doing beach scenes right there in our own studio. We'll be doing florals from the botanical gardens. Boy, do I miss it there. It's a fantastic place. We've always had a great time. But this time, Bob has become a little more creative and says, everybody stays home, and we get to still have that wonderful casa flair that only Robert Masla can put together, which we really miss. So this year, it's going to be great to kind of have fun again and be with other people who want to, from all over the world, staying home in your studio and painting those wonderful Mexican scenes. The only thing I'm going to miss is their wonderful homemade food and the ocean air right there. But we're going to be doing this in our own studio. I'm going to be reminiscing some of the things that we've been doing there from the past time, sharing that kind of stuff. And my job is to get you to paint a lot. You will be painting a lot, and so I'll be talking less, painting more, doing lots of demos. It's great fun, and I'm just so happy to be back there in Casa and staying in my own studio. Hey, all the dates are coming up there. I think it is March 9th to the 12th. So it's all about Viva la Fiesta. I'll see you in Mexico. Hey, thanks for watching. Hi there, I'm Bob Burridge, and this is all about Date Night with Bob. We just got finished doing one. See the paintings behind me? This is a 2-hour kind of a Zoom painting workshop is what it is. And we were painting for 2 hours. You can either do it along with me, or you can sit back and have an adult beverage and watch at the same time. This is called a fun thing we're gonna be doing. We've done them already, so it's called Date Night with Bob. And don't you want to do that on whatever nights we have? Check out the schedule. It's right behind me, and we're going to be painting like crazy. I'll see you on Date Night with Bob.